in such a selfish way. And I go before my God and not receive a reward. As they used to sing a song, just make it in. That's bad. How will people be judged? What will decide? Let me put it this way. What will decide what place of hell will people be put in? Revelation 20 tells us they will be judged. Jesus is going to be the judge. Amen. They will be judged by what is written in the books at the great white throne judgment. Every one of them is going to hell, but God is a just God. He cannot just take people and just throw them into hell. Then he wouldn't be just. So they will decide what is written in the books. They'll decide the amount of truth that you heard while you were on this earth. And that will determine your place in hell. There are degrees of suffering, but everybody in hell is going to suffer. Amen. Jesus came to save people. Yeah. Can you imagine God giving up his throne, putting on flesh, born in a virgin, grew up and died on the cross to keep us from that horrible place, and yet people say, no, I don't want it, I'm not ready. Then you deserve it. Amen. There's no other way to put it. There's no other way to put it. Amen. And that is a horrible, horrible, horrible place. The Bible also teaches that when you die and you don't have a relationship with God through Jesus Christ, you do not go direct to hell. You go, according to Luke 16, to a place called Hades. Amen. And you wait there for your trial, which will take place at the white throne judgment to decide how much suffering you're going to get in hell. But Luke 16 also teaches that it's a place of hell. Suffering. In fact, if you read Luke 16, 4 times it describes a rich man. And this is not a parable. This is not a parable of a man that ended up in Hades because he wasn't right with God. And his Bible said he opened up his eyes in torment. He described a flame. He was being tormented day and night. Of course, there's no night and days there. But he's being tormented continuously by this horrible flame. So even Hades is a terrible place to go. It'll burn you. But you'll never be annihilated. You just live on. Hell is a terrible place. Yes. Don't go there. Amen. Don't you go there. Amen. Except God's offer. Whatever you do, accept God's offer. Amen. God is offering us a way out. And I think about that rich man. He looked up from Hades, but somehow, like the prisoners there in Alcatraz, he could see San Francisco, but they couldn't get there. In Hades, for some reason, because it was in the same compartment, but in 2 different compartments. Before the resurrection of Christ, the righteous and the wicked went to a place called Sheol, or Hades, but it was in 2 different sections. So you could see each other, but there was a chasm. You couldn't visit each other. And he saw Lazarus in Abraham's bosom. It's a description of heaven described as the intimacy Up in heaven, there's going to be intimacy and joy beyond all description. Because Christ was preaching to Jews. But he couldn't get there. He was in hell. You notice in the text here, back to Mark chapter 9, Jesus said, in hell there are worms. Not their worms, plural. He didn't say that. Their particular worm dieth not. Never dies. Never dies. Amen. What is their particular worm? Their regrets. All the people in hell will be tormented by the evil they did on this life, and the grace of God they refuse. They refuse God's grace, and they're going to be tormented. Oh, if I had only listened. Oh, I was sitting there, and I heard that old bald-headed, handsome preacher preaching. But I said no. And they're going to be, that's going to be their word, their regret. They're going to regret it. They're going to regret it. They're going to regret it through the eons and the aeons of eternity. And they're not going to be annihilated. They're going to be regretted forever. Amen. Not only is there going to be heat, but memory, a worm. Not worms, but worms singular. Going to torture them throughout eternity. You wouldn't accept it. You had a chance. You blew it. Not only that, the worm of unfulfilled desires, I like to call it. Whatever, when you get over there, your flesh is going to crave. It's not going to be tempered with the mercy and the protection of God. So your flesh will crave, some people's flesh will crave for sex. You know, today, so many folks got sick, got herpes, and you name it. You name it, everything. They just crave. Well, over yonder, you're going to crave sex in hell. You're going to crave it throughout eternity, but you'll never get a chance to fulfill that desire. Some people are going to crave for more homosexuality. But they'll never, never get a chance to fulfill the desire. And on, and on, and on. It's a terrible place. And yet, no one will ever speak to you. There's going to be some mean, evil folks shut up in hell, experiencing the full wrath of God. I thank God that God's wrath is tempered on this side. Yes. With his mercy. Yes. He doesn't want us to destroy ourselves. Amen. He doesn't. But over yonder, because of his nature, he's holy. He's got to deal with sin or he wouldn't be God. Amen. He's immutable. He cannot change. Amen. God is God. God loved us so much that he would come down here. And we cannot describe. See, we have to understand that Habakkuk, I think it's Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 13, teaches that God's eyes are so holy, he cannot even look at sin. In fact, when Jesus was dying on that cross, and he was made into sin at one point, God withdrew his presence because he could not look at sin. Amen. And even Jesus looked up into the blackness of the darkness and said, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? God cannot look on sin. Amen. He can't. His eyes are too holy. So when they go to hell, there'll be no presence of God. It's called a second death. They ain't going to die physically. They're going to be much alive. That is a bad, bad place to be. I'm preaching this. The Lord told me to preach it. I talked with somebody on the phone I've been praying for, and she called me last night. And I go to bed sometime at 9 o'clock. When the chickens, I get into bed. But the phone rang, and when I looked, I said, oh, and we talked. But I told her what I was going to preach. And she's unsaved. I could hear her trembling a little bit. She'll never forget it. But I want to explain it. You'll never, ever, ever see light again. They'll suffer. Yes. They'll suffer. You're going to suffer. And I had to tell her. Amen. Amen. It's not popular. In fact, it's not popular for me to stand up here at the Advent season telling you this. But I'm being true to God. Yeah. Yeah. I got to stand before God. Yeah. Amen. Amen. Let me move on again. Let me move over here. And I'm going to turn down here. About people. I think this is a good point because I ain't got much more. What about the people on this earth that has never, ever, ever, ever heard a gospel message? Will a merciful God put those people into hell? That's a good question, isn't it? I'm not going to answer it. I'm going to let God answer it. And if God answers it, you can't get at me. Romans chapter 1 and verse 19. Romans chapter 1 and verse 19 teaches that the first missionary that God sent to us was creation. And you look out there, you're looking at God's missionary. And you ain't going to be and say, I didn't know. Amen. Because the missionary is telling you there's a God. Amen. Verse 19 says, because that which is known about God is evident within them, or made plain to them. For God made his evidence to them. Verse 20, for since the creation of the world, his invisible attributes, his eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen. Would you say clearly seen? Clearly seen. Clearly seen. Being understood through what has been made, so that they are without excuse. I didn't say this. It's in the Bible. Amen. The handiwork of God is God's missionary. And your soul is the pupil. It's up to you to respond. Amen. God is only going to hold you responsible for what you know. And they did not respond to what they knew about God, so they became ignorant. They became ignorant. And according to this Bible, there are going to be a lot of pagan folks in hell. Amen. Because God will always give you more if you obey what you know. Amen. If you obey what you know, he'll always, always, always give you more. He's God and he can get it to you. Yeah. Amen. There's not going to be no excuse. Nobody's going to stand up there and say, I didn't know. What about the missionary? The missionary is God's first name, speaking to us that there is a God. That there is a God. There'll be no excuse. And pagan folks are going to end up in hell, according to my mind. I didn't say it. Don't you all go out here and say Pastor Reeves said. Say God said it. It's here. It's right here in this book. Nobody is going to be up there and say, I did not know it. There's a message here in these verses for us. Did you know 3 times that sin is associated with the hand, with the foot, and with the eye? Why? Because these are personal sins. These are sins that we love so much. We know about them, but we don't want to give them up. We love them too much. Not only